How's it going, guys? Welcome to The Void. I'm here to do these Reddit stories for you guys and, you know, just really deep dive, possibly inside some conspiracies. But right now, we're just going to do the series with aliens, and you never know. Let's see where it takes us. So, I already got a story for you guys loaded up, and this story is from Bald with a Beard Twitch 6 hours ago. Alright, so this is the only unexplained phenomenon in my life. This is the first story we're gonna hear. I've never been on YouTube before. This is my first time, so bear with me. I'm still learning this, but I promise that in the future we're gonna keep on going strong and keep on learning and keep on, getting better at it. So let's get to the story. So, Bald with a Beard says, so to cut a very long story short, I was on the walk home after a night out in the town. It was myself and Billy, who lived a street away. We were walking down a well-lit and wide street. We were both heavily drunk, smoking cigarettes, and having that typical British banter. When I mean drunk, we were smashed. Out of nowhere, I see what looks like a firework come out of someone's garden and shoot into the air. No noise, but a big flash of green and purple. We both looked at each other and laughed. That it made us jump and was unexpected for early hours of the morning. Then around 100 yards of walking, we both come to the realization we're completely sober. No longer smoking cigarettes, and our phones were dead as we wanted to check the time. For context, I hate my phone sitting under 50%, and it certainly wouldn't go flat on a night out. We both walked home. Luckily, I lived closer. I put my phone on the charger and just crashed out until my alarm woke me up. Speaking to Billy, he couldn't shake a weird feeling and said that it took us almost 90 minutes to walk home. He managed to wait for his phone to come on. It's about 30 minutes even when you're pissed. Yes, I can accept we were mucking about as lads do, but to this day, something doesn't feel right, whatever that means. I've always been a skeptic on anything alien or paranormal, but I absolutely positively cannot explain this. Yeah, that's a real crazy story. Firework come out of someone's garden. Wow. I've had a friend that he said something about like he's seen like some crazy red flashes and stuff like that, almost that looked like a firework, but it was doing all these crazy different things. And he was actually with a friend too. Our first podcast he should be hopping on, so that'd be awesome. Let's see the comments. Shot of Bruscati 420. Did this occur recently? Got 2 pluses, but no reply. It does sound like you and your friend had an alien encounter. The firework may have been an interpretation of what the mind experienced or something that was planted in your memories. The loss of time certainly sounds like an encounter based on all other similar experiences I read about that was later revealed to be an alien encounter either through gradual remembering of hypnosis. Sorry guys, I'm not the best at grammar right now, apparently. So that's the story. Pretty crazy. Nothing too crazy though. Yeah, let's close this right here. Oh, whoa, okay. I guess that closes the whole story. Good to know now. Alright, yeah, well, we were done with that story anyway. So let's move on. UFOs, close encounters, and cognitive upgrades inside the M Triangle, aka the Russia Area 51. Is it possible that extraterrestrial beings pointed the seed of life on Earth? Ooh, let's see what this says right here. Okay. I thought it was going to be longer. I was researching how life began, and some claim it was an electrochemical process that regulated the early Earth, while others point to primordial soup. Panspermia theory was proved to be right because amino acids were retrieved from meteorites in 2014, and amino acids are the foundation for building protein blocks. Is it possible to suggest that aliens sent a spaceship carrying debris and dumped them in the ocean? I don't know. Don't know, but me and my brother both saw a gray alien at different times. Wow. Did you take a selfie then? Skeeted into a volcano. Probably this is how primitive human discovered fire, because they accidentally skeeted. There is something called the HAR gene, Human Accelerated Region, and there have been 18 mutations from our closest relatives, chimps, occurring about 7 million years ago. From chickens to chimps, this gene, has only been mutated 2 times, about 400 million years, which is a normal amount of mutating. This gene is responsible for frontal cortex growth and many human-specific traits. Some statistical analysts believe this amount of random mutations to one gene that all seem to be beneficial, around 80% of mutations are deleterious, is basically mathematically impossible. 7 million years seems like a lot, but for 18 base pair mutations is no time at all. So if there was a handout in outside alien manipulation, I personally believe it would be this gene. Background, wrote a paper on this in my genetic class, okay? That's really interesting. Do you have paper published or posted anywhere to read? I would love to read this. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. From chickens to chimps, this gene only has been mutated 2 times, about 400 million, which is normal mutation. That's fucking insane. Panspermia has not been proved right. That said, we do not know the origin of life on Earth, so it can't be ruled out. Acid samples were discovered by Dr. Chan, a researcher. Isn't it pointing out to something? And not to forget sea planktons on space shuttle. Wow. Sea fucking planktons on space shuttle, huh? Oh my god. We really gotta see this real quick. Let me look this up. So, sea planktons on space shuttle. Cosmonauts on the orbiting outpost have allegedly discovered trace amounts of sea plankton and other microscopic organisms living on the outside of the station, exposed to the vacuum of space, according to a news story quoting space station official Vladimir Solovyov. Whoa, that's fucking insane, because isn't that the fucking president of Ukraine? Oh my god. Yo. Did they find plankton on the International Space Shuttle? Sea plankton had been found on the outsides of the International Space Shuttle. A Russian news agency reports. Stuff website reported that the plankton samples were not carried there at launch, but are there to be blown over by air currents on Earth, huh? Yeah, let me see this. Let's go www.space.com. Because apparently that's legit, right? Space.com. Okay. We're at space.com, guys. Space is supported by its audience when you purchase through links on our website. Okay. See plankton on Space Russian. Okay. So apparently that's a space fucking International Space Station that's seen a photo taken in 2010. Okay. A Russian official claims that samples collected by cosmonauts show evidence of sea plankton on the outside of the International Space Station. News agencies are reporting. No, I don't want to fucking subscribe. Cosmonauts on the orbiting outpost have allegedly discovered trace amounts of sea plankton and other microscopic organisms living on the outside of the station, exposed to vacuum of space. According to a news story quoting space station official Vladimir Solovyov. That's the fucking president, dude. Let me see. Let me look it up. Vladimir Solo. Okay. I was tripping, man. I knew my stuff is wrong. That's why I had to look it up, because apparently that... Wait. What? Whoa. No. Going to quoting space station official Vladimir Solovyov. No, that can't be the fucking guy. Can it? No. That was a fucking philosopher. Vladimir Slowly evolve. Okay, I'm wrong. I'm still wrong. It's one of these guys. Am I wrong? So they're saying there's journalists. I don't know. Okay, yeah, well, we're getting too deep into that. Okay, however, NASA has not confirmed the reports. As far as we're concerned, we haven't heard any official reports from the Roscosmos colleagues that they've found sea plankton. NASA spokesman Don Hewitt said, "Don't forget claims. Cosmonauts did sample the outside of the space station and windows on the modules this week. They were not necessarily looking for traces of microbes, according to NASA. I'm not sure where all this sea plankton talk is coming from," Hewitt told Space.com. But the Russians did take samples from one of the windows on the Russian segment, and what they're actually looking for is residues that can build up on the visually sensitive elements, like windows, and as well as just the whole of the ship itself that will build up whenever they do thrusters firings for things like Reese boosts. That's what they were taking samples for, and I do not know where all the sea plankton talk is coming from. It's possible that the plankton, if confirmed, could be a contaminant launched into space with space. Okay, so they're basically saying no one have seen it. No one's seen it. It's just basically all talk. Okay. It's all talk. Let's go back. Okay, so those fuck sea planktons. The Anunnaki story comes to mind on this question. Allow the tale to flow. Don't let it rest in your head for too long. I mean, that's another thing that we're going to be looking up soon. The Anunnaki. So, that's going to be awesome. No, it's impossible. I've run the numbers. Joke's on me. It likely did not plant the seed of life. Of course it's possible. Okay, so, no. There's no fucking sea plankton. On no fucking... Okay, that's just a waste of time. Alright. An attempt in clarifying the term interdimensional. I'm not sure if this post is going to resonate with anyone on here, but I'd like to try. Attempt in clarifying the term interdimensional. Alright, let's hit it. Let's see what it is. It's a long discussion. It's about posted an hour ago by B.L. Banks 57. Let me hit this pod. Okay. I'm not sure if this post is going to resonate with anyone on here, but I'd like to try my best because I think this is an important term that everyone who is interested in the subject should fully understand. So a pretty common misconception that I seem to see on here relates to the term interdimensional, quote, quote, and how people think that it refers to some other type of reality that overlaps our own. In a sense, I kind of thought that part is completely true, but what I feel like people aren't fully conceptualizing here is that this is only possible because of how time overlaps itself. So any kind of interdimensional being is coming from a completely different time. Okay? And anyone who has any kind of true understanding of time knows of its direct connection to space. So if time very well does overlap itself, then space does as well. So these beings that are coming from a different time will be coming from a different point in space as well. Try thinking about how far off in the future or past the location of our planet in the universe will be at a completely different point in space/time. So the definition of an interdimensional being really can go hand in hand with extraterrestrial, i.e., from a completely different point in space/time. Is this making any sense to anyone? Okay, yes. Well, if time itself is overlapping itself, right? That means that you just have to have something that's fast enough for you to be able to get from point A to point B. Honestly. Because if you don't, I go to Mars right now, I come back, I don't know what the time is, but I'd be fucking years. It'd take me fucking years. Depending on how fast I go, but they are apparently technologically able to manipulate space-time and can manipulate matter as if it is energy, which it is, yes. This means they have a more advanced knowledge and mastery of science and very advanced technology. It does not necessarily mean they come from some other reality, other dimension of reality or parallel universe. You are correct. For us to begin to understand this, we need to understand how, at the quantum level, things manifest in our three dimensions as matter in ways described mathematically as deriving from another dimension. I'm not a physicist, so I don't know how to better describe it. Which you fucking described it pretty well. Yeah, there you go, bud. Gold star for you. That's beautiful. Okay. Interdimensional, huh? Discussions about what religions would do if we detect aliens miss one. Oh, I've always wanted to hear something about this because this is very interesting. Because a lot of people, from my understanding, make a lot of bullshit claims and a lot of just mayhem when they start talking about aliens and they start talking about religion. They're saying that, I guess, if we go to saying that there's no aliens and God is made in the image of man, what are these aliens made in the image of? But at the same time, what are these animals made in the image of? So it's like, I don't know. I'm still Christian though, so I do believe in Jesus Christ and God. But, just it gets real crazy and people just talk a lot of nonsense, But that's what I was told when I was younger. So that's my understanding. So don't blow me up and get all crazy with me because you guys, oh, no, it's not like that. It's this. No, that's just what I was told. So that's why I think this is very interesting. But many people wonder about religious implications of the discovery of alien civilization. There is a constant debate among average people, scientists, and even priests about this subject. Even here, almost every day, someone posts about what Christianity do if we detect aliens. What about Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, or Buddhism? People wonder if these religions would accept these aliens, and how would they explain their existence? People who discuss this topic sometimes point out to the sacred texts, Bible, Quran, Mahabharata, etc., to look if there is written something about potential aliens being living somewhere in the universe. However, there is one problem. Let's take Abrahamic religions. All these discussions are focused about if God created another intelligent beings, and if we detect them, then we should embrace them as cosmic brothers, also created by the same God. In short, people say, well, maybe God created other beings, and it's fine. We will still practice this religion. Aliens would be included into this theology. So what's the problem? Well, because there is a strong possibility that God or gods worshipped all over the world were in fact aliens, physical beings from other planets who come here thousands of years ago. Every religion basically tells the same story, that in the beginning some powerful gods came from the sky and were in contact with ancient people. Religions could form based on that contact because our ancestors couldn't understand advanced technology, so they considered these beings as quote gods. I'm not saying that it happened 100%, but there is a possibility, especially if we look at all these exact descriptions from ancient texts that gods wore shining clothes made from metal, astronaut spacesuits, that they had flying chariots, Kavod/Merkaba, speaking devices, Ark of the Covenant. So what would actually happen if we made official contact with them right now? Because these religions won't be able to say these are being created by the same God. Nope, they would have to say we did worship aliens but couldn't understand that they were aliens, so we created a concept of supernatural gods. That's completely different conversation. Religions would have to die out because they were based on completely wrong assumptions. I find it funny when people look in the Bible or Quran about possible information about aliens described by gods or angels, that maybe God Yahweh or some angel told something about beings from other planets. Yet, Bible clearly states that God Yahweh and angels were beings who come from the sky in flying chariots, Kavod/Merkaba. By definition, they are extraterrestrials. To summarize, in my opinion, many people miss this point and think that aliens could be easily included into the theology, etc., when in fact it could be opposite when we find out that gods were aliens. Wow. Okay. The C, Void Unfortunate, he says, people aren't missing a point by not assuming one very specific possibility. They're just not thinking of that one specific scenario. When asked a question about religion's reaction to the existence of aliens, yeah, okay, your quote religions won't be able to say these are beings created by the same God. Why? Because an alien told you so. No chance of them lying. Why does it matter who created who exactly if God was the first creator? I also don't understand how you come to your conclusion man ever worship aliens when the Bible precisely talks about a man kneeling to an angel and the angel telling him immediately to stop. If you are talking about a different religion particularly, then please specify. Sugar Smacks 420, huh? God is not a man that he should lie, or a son of man that he should change his mind. I am only speaking for myself. The God I worship and the creator of this universe, he is not being from another planet that is lying about what he is. So I wouldn't have to admit that I was worshiping aliens. You can also assume that ancient gods were aliens, but it's not more valid to me saying that ancient gods, small g, are now claiming to be aliens. Seriously, who cares what those religions think? They're all scam anyway. Alien or not, don't waste your time with those. They need Jesus so they can be saved, and thank God for that. It more or less comes down to two groups of involved with mankind and the earth. One group that believes that you should treat others as you want to be treated. The other group believes that you should use everything you possibly can in pursuit of sensual pleasures and self-aggrandizement. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I don't know how to say that word. You mentioned Mahabharata as one of the sacred texts, but didn't implore about what it says about life in other planets. Abrahamic faith will feel threatened by the idea of advanced beings coming from other planets. On the other hand, the actual followers of Hinduism who have read their scriptures believe on the existence of life on other planets. And also there are some planets that are way advanced in terms of everything compared to Earth. They would once again be proven delusional. Okay. So, as you guys can see, this is very, very, very controversial. You know, this gets really, really controversial. But, I'll be right back and you guys give me a moment. Okay, guys, I'm back. We are gonna finish these right here, and then hopefully we have enough time for one more story. But well, I don't agree with you. God is the creator, when alien, human, angels are creatures. That's the difference between monotheism and other kind of religion. Monotheism says there is one only source for many creature. If alien exists, there are just other creatures. And even if they messed with our genome in history, it's the same with doctors now, and we don't think doctors are gods, nor that parents are gods. Even St. Augustine, Catholic Church doctor, says that everything in the material creation has not been a direct action of God, but is done through angels. He didn't speak of genetic editing because it didn't exist at this time. But why not? So you can say benevolent interdimensional entity is the new angel, quote, quote, and that's all. Collection, okay. Islam already mentions aliens in our Quran. Allah has created many beings. Religions are invented all the time without aliens. No evidence or reality is required to invent a religion. Scientology, Mormonism, Rastafarianism, whatever. I mean, yes and no. I believe yes and no on that. God created everything so he can create them too. If some people like Dom DeLonge are correct, then maybe these crafts are angels and demons. Maybe angels and demons are alien being fighting a war between good and evil. With that, there's no fucking proof to that. I don't know. I mean, I say Bonjo player 420, put down the fucking weed. You smoke a little bit too much chronic, man. I'ma play this. This assumes that religious people would accept the notion that their gods are aliens. In all honesty, as an atheist, it would take me a hell of a lot, maybe not even possible, to get me believing there weren't the gods in religion, mythology. So I can't imagine how even more proof a religious person would require. Like, I could see people doubling down on their religion and becoming more literalistic with their religion. That's a joke. Sons of God. I have also come to the conclusion that aliens are the ones who installed religions. Think how there were also many gods at one point. It then got transformed into monotheism. No one ever questions this. That there were many gods and monotheism developed later in an assumption. Yes, sure, I just love to make assumptions based in nothing. Oh, man. Either all religions diminish, or as I'd like to see it happen, every religion will see that they are part of the whole and join together. They'd have to leave the only truth. Notion at the door, though. Like the mysterious stranger talking to Whitley Strieber in his book, The Key, said, it's wrong to assume that Christianity, Islam, and Buddhism are disconnected from each other, while actually being part of a triad. Christianity is the active, Islam the passive, and Buddhism is the reconciliation. Christianity is seeking God, Islam is surrendering to God, and Buddhism is finding God. Says Mofaga. It's all explained in the Urantia book. Urantia, I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. This planet is like a bio-experiment that gets repeated a lot. When the planet was ready, life was planted here at a very low level to get evolution started. There is only one God. Does not matter how you address him, he gets all the messages. Every religion on the planet was created by man. Jesus was not trying to make religion about himself. If people would have just listened. Currently lucid. I like that. I'll give him a like for that. We'll give him a like for that, guys. Or an upper. Yeah, we'll give him an up. Purple Cabbage God. I keep getting this reoccurring message. We can explain that thoughts are a natural biological mechanism. However, human thoughts on Earth come from genetic engineering produced from I'm so sorry. However, human thoughts on Earth come from genetic engineering produced from server equipment. ET servers, the Tic Tacs, saucers, etc., are mainly a byproduct of a good human growing operation. We have a detailed list of every human that thought pattern throughout their lifespans on recording equipment. You could go research each individual neurological connections and behavioral impulses. The fundamental foundation for the entirety of their life storyline is completely accessible, coming from predetermining algorithmic server brain frequencies. The lucky few regain the consciousness of the external universe enough to allow discrepancy, programming, and opportunistic non-terrestrial travel. Says Purple Cabbage God. So how do we/they break this news? That human brain frequencies and thought patterning are mainly coming from ET server equipment. Runs like a car, programs like a remote. As long as you remain near the planet, it's going to feel like free will because it's thought patterning. It's a $100 trillion question. Vegan, vegetarianism, peace, love, respect. Jesse Valdez. You get a like from the void. Good job, Jesse Valdez. We love this. And it's getting recorded. Good job, man. Okay. We're closing this. We are going to give you guys one more. One more. My thing's been a little slow, but 114. Humanoid blue wolf from Orion defending his planet. Places of power on the Earth. Whoa. I have to fucking hear this. Boom. Let's see if it loads. Alright. 114 humanoid blue wolf from Orion defending his planet, places of power on the earth. Experience, okay? Boxed experience, whatever boxed experience means. Whoa, this was just 3 and it just went down. So I don't know if that's good or not. Alright. This is from Archaeolog 108, 8 hours ago. Blue Wolf race were fighting many wars with invaders from another planet. Client learned how to transform anger into determination with meditating and connecting with the source during battle. Higher Self showed this life for the client to remind him how to do that in current life and achieve full potential. Between lives, subject met his soul family, which currently is learning how to love while not being attached. Excuse me. During Higher Self talk, client saw blue-pink orb hovering over him. Subject had sometimes opened eyes but did not saw the room around him. Higher Self told him he was a healer on Atlantis, but he is not ready yet for the information about this life. Next session is 9 months will reveal more. If he will follow the advice from Higher Self from current session. A lot of other advice from Higher Self. Importance of daily spiritual routine for growth. Learning Ayurveda for balance. How to transform anger. How to connect with Higher Self. Letting go of old life and prepare for the new level. And much more. Okay. Learn how to make a website. I don't know what that was. Apparently, I don't know. I don't know if I should. Here, let's see the comments for this. Oh, it's already there. Okay. Me too. I'm sure we touch gun barrels. I'm a tank in Atlantis. I'm a tank in Atlantis, huh? What? What the hell? I can't really comment until I myself experience hypnosis. Like, could this guy just be spitting bullshit? Or could this truly be from his subconscious because the hypnosis was just that effective? Much depends on the hypnotist. I recommend David Jacobs' books because he discusses use, misuse, benefits, and pitfalls of hypnosis and studying experiences. Thank you. Since this is the last one, I feel like we wish you could post something on the last one. I should just post, let's see, what we're gonna post. Oh my gosh. It's going a little slow, guys. Boom. Comment. And that is it, guys, for this episode. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate you guys being here, showing support, taking the time to listen to this. The next episode is going to be a lot better, a lot more cleaner, a lot more crisper. This is the first one. So as long as you guys are here with me, I promise you guys that there will be a lot more better things happening with this YouTube channel. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys, and peace out.